Last time on Final Fantasy III, we fell in a hole, talked to a crystal, and now we have to go save the world. And to do so, we're going to start here in the village of Dante's hometown, also the worst named village on the face of the planet. Seriously, who named this place and were they in the middle of giving it a better name? Hey Frank, what do you think we should name this village? Oh, that's a perfect name. No, I'm still thinking. So, as per any Final Fantasy game, we can go around the village and talk to people for some information about upcoming places, but we've got a story scene in this house, which I guess is Dante's house. I mean, it's Elder Topapa's house, and he's basically Dante's dad, but do you see any beds around here? We got a couple of fountains here. This one's the HP-MP restoring one, and the one over here, nothing happens because that will revive any dead characters. Completely useless when you're alone, of course. So, what do you say we talk to old Elder Topapa? How do you know? I mean, I guess word really does travel on the wind. Makes sense considering it's the wind crystal. Seriously, nobody's telling me anything about this. Oh my goodness, we were adopted all along. Alright, kid. See ya. Bye. Yep, that's it. Just so long. Bye, Topapa. Thanks for raising us. Didn't even send us through college. Not even gonna give us a suitcase or anything. Food? Nah, you don't need it. Oh yeah, by the way, that lady over there is our foster mother. So yeah, there's plot. I guess I'm surprised. I don't actually know any of these people or who they are or what they do, so really I've got no clue what's going on, and I think things are the same for Dante. I don't think anyone really knows what's going on here. They're just like, okay, go on a journey. Look, the NES game of course had an excuse plot, and we're adding plot, but we don't actually know how to do that. Alright, so this right here is an item store. Potion, eye drops, antidotes. Potions heal you, eye drops will remove blind, and antidote will remove poison. You can usually find the item shop in an inn, which is the building we're in right now. We also have this dancer for some reason. Yep, look at her go. I never quite got these scenes. Like, I don't know if this was in the original Final Fantasy III. I know there were a whole bunch of dancers in Final Fantasy IV, which didn't really show off much. It showed that sprites could spin around. I guess that was something worth showing off. It's just these weird little quirky scenes. Yeah, I hate huge stupid rocks. I mean, just a normal huge rock, that'd be fine, but a huge stupid rock... Ah well, we can't let that bother us right now. We're gonna play the piano, because that woman requested it. Wow, really, Dante? That sucked. Tough crowd, am I right, guys? Seriously though, Dante, that was terrible. You're gonna have to practice those piano skills. Even if it takes you hundreds of years, you're gonna have to practice those skills. So, these are guys that are in inns from place to place. Not all of the inns, just some of them. He'll tell you about your job. Freelancers, not that good, but again, we'll explain more about that later. So there's not really much point in this inn because there are two fountains right in Topapa's house. They can heal you, recharge your MP, and revive dead characters, so... Sorry, inn, but there's really no point in you being there. Now, there's actually a little hidden area over here. Oh, you just put some potions in the well, eh? I guess no one would ever find these. Yep, just a whole lot of potions. Well, not even a whole lot, really. You can burn through 3 pretty quickly. Although I suppose early on, things don't do that much damage, so they're kinda useful. Not by much, though. Still though, we did get 3 potions for free, so I should be thankful. You know, I didn't have to pay for those. Yeah, they're not my friends, so it's not my problem. I don't even know who she's talking about. This is the magic shop right here. It only sells Poisona, which, as it says, is a spell that removes poison. I'm not going to buy that just yet. This over here is the armor shop, and the one next to that is the weapon shop. I don't think there's anything too terribly useful to buy. Well, I suppose we could use some more armors. We don't exactly have everything we need. Because we did pick a few things up, so we'll be able to give another character a little bit of equipment, but we'll still probably need to buy a few things before we actually depart. I mean, not that we'd get any more party members. Why would you think that in an RPG you would have more than one party member? That's just ridiculous. Right, whole lot of weapons. Honestly, I wouldn't really suggest using them. Just stick with your longsword. I mean, unless you want to start training up with rods or bows. Wouldn't really suggest bows, though, because those take arrows, and arrows cost money, and I don't want to waste money. Plus, we don't really get a specific bow-wielding job for a little while. Oh no, there are things on the way to the warehouse. Whatever will I do? Yeah, there are some encounters in this area once you pass the little path back there, but it's mostly just goblins and stuff. Nothing you can't take care of. And really it's worth it, because if you come over here, well, let me tell ya, you shouldn't really buy things just yet. Yep, sure is a candle. And a very poorly textured one as well. Right, when he says zoom in, just press the L button and it'll zoom in, and when you zoom in, it's kind of annoying to move around first and foremost because it's so close to the character, but you can see sparkles, so if they're hidden items or little hidden trigger points like that, like I could have seen that antidote, I believe, if I zoomed in the jar, but again, you'll probably see it later, because there are a few times I use the zoom in function to find some items scattered about here and there. But it's not terribly enjoyable to do so, so it doesn't really get you any huge items or anything, usually just like some potions or antidotes or stuff. Ooh, and speaking of items, look at all this stuff. We got a cure, which is a white magic spell, longsword, that'll be useful for someone else. Eye drops, if we get blinded, that'll be good. Dagger, nah, whatever. And, whoa, that looks weird. Phoenix down. Those things are ever so rare. Do cherish your Phoenix Downs, because you're not going to be getting too terribly many of them. Of course, they're not as rare as a certain other MP recovering item, but we'll get into that later. If we ever do find one of them, anyway. Alright, now we're back in the safety of town. There's not too much else to really do around here, except, oh hey, there's someone over there. And now there are 3 people that weren't there before. Oh, it's the bully triplets. Those guys are such jerks. Oh, and now we get a new character. So this is Ark. Let's not go with the name Ark. We're gonna go with the name... William, or William with one L, basically, because he can only fit 6 letters. So that's going to drive me insane. I don't know why I'd stick with this name, considering it will do so. Seriously, look at that, it's so obvious. William. It's not even William. That's too long an L. So yes, that guy is supposedly Dante's friend. I mean, we just became aware of his existence, but he sure is our friend, I guess. Anyway, now our nerd friend is leaving town, and hey, you weren't here before either. You know, you could have helped out, young girl. Jeez. Kids these days. I mean, sure, the bully triplets are jerks, but come on. You just have to talk to them a bit, and they'll back off. This guy wants potion. Give him a potion. Alright, what are you gonna give me? Phoenix down. Again, ever so rare, cherish them, blah 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 blah. Alright, so our friend William, he didn't go too far. He just went to that town over there, and oh no! We've been back attacked by another goblin! Oh man, I bet this does 0 damage again. Okay, because I didn't actually mention it last time, back attacks reverse everybody's row. If somebody's in the front row, they go to the back, and if they're in the back row, they go to the front. That's why I wasn't taking much damage from the goblin, or doing much damage either. Trust me though, goblins are a joke, obviously. Back attacks are not. Later enemies can really dig into you with those back attacks, so, hope to God they never happen. That's my advice. Hope the RNG doesn't have it out for your head. Well, you see, I am a cowardly character, and I am trying to prove that I'm not a cowardly character. Yeah, sure, I guess. I mean, I don't even really know what I'm doing right now. Everybody's telling me to just go save the world, but where do we even start with that? Well, I guess we're gonna start here with William joining the party. So, let's take a look at his stats right here. Oh, they look pretty close to Dante's, only he's got just as much magic as we do. He's just got a slightly more HP, so wonder why everyone just has almost the same stats. I wonder if that has anything to do with the fact that we're both freelancers. Okay, so this is what I mean when I say it gets really annoying to just travel around, because, yeah. It zooms in this much, and we have to navigate through here, which we can't really see much of anyway, to pick up a bunch of items which we don't even really need that much. I usually don't even come by here and get stuff, but hey, you know, we're here, so I might as well. Right, so let's give you a few more items, like this, you know what, actually, yeah, we have 3 long swords, so I know where the other 2 are going. We'll be nice, though, and give William a longsword for the time being, just so he does a bit of damage. Right, this should be... Oh, wait, nope, that's an HPMP fountain. Not quite as rare as I'd once thought. But anyway, this is the town of Kazus, and if you were paying attention, everybody's been turned into a ghost. Well, they don't really look like ghosts, they look more like outlines. Oh no, this Jin guy took their... everything but the outline. He took all their coloring and all the inside sketches, all the details. God, what a fiend this Jin is! Curse him! Curse his soul! I don't even know who the Jin is, but I hate him nonetheless. Now, it might seem like no one's really going to be helpful here, but don't move on just yet, because there is one specific NPC we need to talk to. I mean, you can't tell who it actually is, because they're all outlines, but nonetheless, there is a story-important NPC to talk to. He's here in the inn, and he is... Oh wait, first item, right, yeah. There's an item right here, it's a potion. Anyway, talk to this specific outline, because he's actually an important character. This is Sid, second Sid in the series. Or at least he was until the Dawn of Souls version of Final Fantasy I added a Sid. In name only, anyway. But, like most Sids, or really all of them, this guy's got an airship, and hey, he's willing to lend us one. I mean, there's not really many places we can go with an airship, but if it helps us move around, and is an airship, which would be rad as hell, just throwing that out there, I'll definitely take it. Everybody's so very vague about what we actually need to do. I mean, Sid's telling us to go get the airship, and that I get. But where do we go from there? We'll just have to see. This might be a reference to the original Final Fantasy, considering there was an airship you could find in the desert in that game. Thankfully, we don't need a levy stone to pick this thing up, and who are you? Yep, sure am relaxing on this airship. Oh no! and now it's our clubhouse, so you can't hang out in it, so there. So this is our third playable character. Rufia, I guess that's a decent name, but personally I'm gonna go for the Chrono Trigger reference and name her Ayla. And yet, oddly enough, she's not going to be my punching character. On one hand, I'd like to say fair enough. On the other, now we're all doomed. Well, not us. Everyone else is doomed. We'll be fine. Can you at least make weapons? No? Okay. Yeah, sure, one more character to stab other people with. Seems fine to me. Yeah, it's not really slacking off. I mean, she probably prepared for this running away thing. I mean, about as much as any of us can. I mean, we don't have supplies, she probably doesn't. Either way, though, she may not have food, but we are going to give her some new weapons. Oh yeah, and of course, stats are same as ever. Right, I'm going to give her a longsword and another longsword. And also, she's going to be my heavily armed character. Gee, can you guess what job she's going to get later on? I'll bet you can't. Alright, so let's start this airship up. Yeah, I don't know how we even managed to find this thing considering it was completely buried, but whatever. As I said before, airship can't go over mountains or this rock, which it really should be able to go over. So, our only option is to go here to this castle. I mean, there's a cave over there, but let's not go there just yet. Hey pal, what are you doing hanging around in front of this castle? Hey, idiot! Your king has a ring. Did you never know that? I mean, he is only an outline, so I guess you won't be laying eyes on his kingly form without permission. Alright, now we get to travel around this castle. We could just go straight up into those doors, but why would we do that? There are 2 towers in Sasune Castle, but we're going to explore only one at the moment, because the other one's got monsters that can be fairly tough. This one, however, is monster-free. It's got a few items in it, like a holy arrow. Actually, it's more than one holy arrow. Whenever you get arrow items, it's going to be more than one. It's usually in like 20s or 40s or something like that. So this is actually the princess's room. She's not here at the moment, so I guess we're just gonna loot her room. Yep, got a bow. You know what? I'm tired. Let's sleep in her bed. I don't know how 3 people managed this. You know, I should ask that night guy if the princess is actually a bear, because I've heard this story of Goldilocks, and she got mauled to death by bears after sleeping in their bed, which, in complete fairness, was kinda her fault. She had it coming to her, but still, I'd like to not be mauled by bears if possible. Well, that's over and done with, and honestly, I don't even think I needed the nap, I just felt like doing that. That night guy's just waiting around like, okay, 3 people came in and said they'd help the kingdom, and they are absent. This is worrying. I hope they haven't raided the fridge. Look, just because you're an outline doesn't mean you can't do anything. Or maybe it does. I've never been an outline before. Really don't know what abilities are limited to. Right, so you might see a few things off to the side here, because there are hidden rooms in the castle. Like this area, for instance. Phoenix down, thank you very much. And over here, yeah, the little breaks in the wall indicate that there is a secret passage. There are actually a fair few of these in the game, and they're a lot easier to see than in the NES version, because they're just a little bit more obviously indicated by the walls and such, because usually you can actually see the wall open or something of that nature. Like up here, you can't exactly see the wall broken or anything, but there are those little cracks which indicate it. And generally, you are going to want to find these areas. Oh yeah, and this one's weird. Get a leather shield and a blizzard, which is another spell, black magic. Alright, so we're just going to wander through this void until we go up here and find bronze knuckles. Those will be useful. And back through the void and over here. Don't ask me how that works, it just does. Alright, enough goofing around. I guess we do kinda owe it to that dude to go and talk to the king like we said we wanted to. Help save the kingdom or something. I mean, if we really have to, I guess we will. Hail, King Outline! What's up? You know, when I first played this game, I actually thought that was a graphical glitch, them being outlines instead of actual ghosts. I mean, it kind of makes sense in the NES version, but here it just looks really weird. Well, darn. Guess you're gonna be outlines forever. Sir, in complete fairness, I'm very angry right now, and I'd really like to punch things. Right, so here's our fourth and final playable character. His name's Angus. Nah, his name's not Angus, it's Xavier. I mean, it's really not much of a better name, but hey, that's what I went with when I was like, I don't know, 13. So that's what I'm going with now. Excuse me? Lady, we just met. Also, he's not using a sword. Also, you're using two swords. Also, this is a very weird tangent now. Right, and that's the full party. I told you, they're a bit spread out, but it won't be too soon before we actually get them all. And, well, we actually have them all. Right, will do. So, let's just go see what Xavier's all about. Oh, he's level 4. Impressive. Oh, and he's got 6 in pretty much every stat. Oh man, this guy's a real knight. Let's give him the bronze knuckles instead of a tiny little dagger. Yep, he's gonna go punch things now. Make me proud, Xavier. Punch them all. Punch all those bad dudes, all those bad monsters, and also, I guess, lead the team as well. So yeah, you can change the order of the characters as you see fit. It really doesn't matter too much. The main thing, of course, is just formation front and back. That's what makes the actual difference. But there's really no reason to set anyone in the back row, since we're all freelancers, we do a fair amount of damage. Right, we've got an airship, we've got 4 people, and now we've got an actual place to go. We've got leads, so, with a destination in mind, next time on Final Fantasy III, we're just gonna take this airship right here and head on over to this cave. And you know what? Nothing's gonna stop us. However, the things inside the cave, yeah, they're gonna be a bit different. They are going to try to stop us, including that Jinn we've heard so much about. But we'll be taking care of him next time on Final Fantasy III. As I said a few seconds ago, I'm a very repetitive person.